'Tis the season to be jolly, and so are today's guests by the looks of it. First up, billion views superstar Rick Astley, and to quote one of Rick's famous lyrics, "Together forever and never to part." Welcome Kelly Brook and Jeremy Parisi. Though looking at them racing across the world, one did wonder if they'd make it to the finish still together. But they have, and they're here. Now, you've all got foreign connections, as it were. So, Christmas here or overseas, Kelly, with, you know, Frenchman come Italian Jeremy with you?
We always go to France for Christmas because Jeremy spends so much of his time in the UK. We feel like we don't see enough of his family. And I like to take some of our British traditions over to France. Yeah. So crackers, pulling crackers, for example, is something they don't really do in France. And the Christmas pudding I took over one year that refused to light in front of the whole family. Because I hadn't cooked it.
You haven't made it hot?
No.
It's the vapour that... Oh, yeah, quite. Mind you, we've all done that.
Disaster, Alan, disaster.
Still doesn't work. Oh, dear.
Is that what it is, the vapour?
Well, when you cook the pudding and it's hot, you pour the brandy on and you're setting fire to the vapour that's coming off the brandy. That's why it's sometimes a bit... If the pudding's too cold, it's very difficult.
I couldn't figure out. I was pouring brandy after I was drinking the brandy, making sure it was strong enough, pouring it on, drinking it. It just...
I couldn't deprive you of all that pleasure. How to do it properly.
Oh, you live and you learn.
But olive growing country as well. Olive grows. I mean, fancy being able to. So you never have to buy any olive oil, presumably. You've always got your own supply.
No, because my family come from a little place close to Rome. Yeah. And we do olive oil since like 20 generations.
20 generations?
Yeah, 20 generations.
And olive trees are really treasured, aren't they, over there? They're almost worshipped, aren't they? They are very important to families and very treasured.
Yeah. For my family, like when I was going for, let's say, summer, I couldn't go and play football close to the olive tree. Oh, wow. I couldn't do, no, you don't do, go here, go...
Yeah. Not near the olive. In our back garden at Oakham, Yorkshire, it was a hydrangea that my mother was very partial to. It's not quite the same.
Not quite.
Now, Rick, your connection, your wife is Danish, your daughter lives in Denmark, so here or there for Christmas?
We've done both, and I love both, to be honest. I think the Danish Christmas, to me, is slightly more traditional in the sense that they've hung on to things, I think, sometimes that... The commercial side of Christmas, sometimes you get swamped in it, don't you? And I think they've done really well at kind of hanging on to like the really gorgeous parts of Christmas. So yeah, I love it over there. Yeah.
Do you take British traditions out to Denmark?
I've tried. They don't want them. I've tried. Yeah. No, they're just not interested. They're locked into their own Christmas, and I'm just the English dude at the end of the couch who keeps mentioning certain things that it never works.
What you three have in common is that you have all been and are indeed pin-ups. Right, so you've all been pin-up. What I want to know is who you had on your wall as a pin-up when you were young. Jeremy, did you have anybody? You're a judo player, so was it a sportsman or what was it?
Yeah, it was sport. I love the 80s. So for me, it was like Mike Tyson, Stallone, Schwarzenegger.
Oh, really?
I love
the muscle men.
Muscle,
Oiled up muscle men. Strange, Alan.
Did oiled up muscle men never do anything for you?
I loved Bros.
Oh, really?
I love Brook. Wow. Sorry, is that...
Do you know the guys, by the way? Have you met them?
I met Matt Goss once in Bristol Farms in LA when I was out shopping.
Get you, dear.
And I was completely, like, starstruck.
The noisiest gig I've ever been to in my life was a Bros concert, in 1980,
that
whatever
was
it
me
was.
At the front.
Yeah, probably you screaming. You screaming. Yeah.
With the bottle tops on my shoes.
You couldn't hear them. Your ears were ringing for like an hour and a half. Yeah. But,
well, the Beatles were the same, of course.
I guess so, yeah, absolutely.
What about you? Did you have a pin-up?
Well, I have two older brothers and an older sister, and my eldest sister and my eldest brother were really into prog rock, and so I had like it was more like Genesis and Yes album covers, and like you would get a poster sometimes in an album, so it was things like that really, because I was the youngest, and it kind of like you just got force-fed their music. And yeah, so I didn't really have posters of my own, I don't think, on the wall. I don't think I ever went there, to be honest.
A lot of girls had posters of...
Oh, Alan. You tease, Alan.
It's on my wall. No. There we are. There he is. Now, but this has sort of come full circle now. Tell us about Rick Rolling. What is Rick Rolling?
If only I understood it myself. Yeah, it started a long time ago now. It's a very long time ago. It's 15 years or something. And basically you send an email to somebody and there's a video link in the email and the recipient clicks on it, and they think they're going to see something from a lovely gardening show or a lovely weekend show, what have you, and they get 10 seconds of that, and then all of a sudden, boom, the video of the first song, Never Gonna Give You Up, kicks in, and you see my mush and the whole thing going on. And some people think that's funny. And to be honest, it has been amazing, because obviously it's given that song like a whole lease of life, and it's kind of, you know, it's forced it into people's lives occasionally.
You're reaching another generation now as well. Don't knock it, really.
No, I'm not knocking
You
it.
become a
Believe me.
meme then.
Well,
It's
yeah,
like a meme.
exactly, and I'm not knocking it. It's a very strange thing, and every time I see that album cover, I have a slight sort of moment. But it's also kind of lovely as well. So yeah, it's good.
We watched you two. We'll talk a little bit more about it later on and doing the celebrity race across the world. But you will come back to Rick in a minute, because Rick also, his wife is his business partner. So you two are part. What's the secret of staying together in a partnership? I mean, early days, 10 years. You know, that's not bad
10
going.
years,
So
yes.
yeah, what's the secret?
Gosh. Well, my mum said it's because he didn't speak English when we first met, and that's why it's worked out so long. But I don't know. We just have a lot of fun, don't we?
Yeah,
We
yeah.
don't take ourselves too seriously.
Yeah,
we have a
yeah.
lot
We
of
have
fun.
fun together.
We have
a lot of fun.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun. We love to travel.
We are a team. Like, we are not in competition together. We love doing everything together. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got your own lives as well.
Yeah.
But the majority of it is together. So you.
Well, yeah,
Separate
absolutely.
interests, yeah.
I think you got to be best. I know it's a cliche, but you got to be best friends, haven't you? You've got to be best friends. I think I allow Jeremy. He's got his quirks, I've got mine, and you just allow each other to be who you are, and you just embrace all of it, warts and all. You know, we're not perfect people all of the time, and you just got to kind of just be supportive of each other. We're family. After 10 years, you're family. Yeah. This is it. He's got me for life now. This is it.
Whether he likes it or not.
Oh yeah.
Well, your wife's your business manager, Rick. So.
Yes, yeah, it's a strange thing. She's actually, her real job is producing movies, but she stepped in to manage my career some years ago now, quite a long time ago. And I think we've just experienced so many amazing things because of that, that it's, I imagine for her it's extremely tough to deal with my tantrums and my this, that and the other. But it's also, we get to experience stuff that it's impossible to do if you're not actually married to the person.
Do you have tantrums?
Oh, yeah. Oh, Alan. Oh, yes.
He's worse than me, Alan. You're giving me grief. He's way worse.
What gets you kicks you off?
Sandwiches that are the wrong shape. Let's not go there, Alan. It's too. No,
hang on. There's
Do you
a
have
whole
a rider?
programme here.
I want to know what's on your rider, Rick.
Oh, it's the simplest rider in the world. It's a kettle.
Yep.
It's a certain brand of tea, which we won't go into right now. And to be honest, the only reason I have wine and beers and what have you in my room is for friends who are going to pop by. I try not to drink. I have a Jaeger before I go on, because that's like with the band and the crew, we all do it. That's our thing. That's our kind of like, our magic sort of moment. But yeah, I don't, my rider's nothing. It's like a banana. Do you know what I mean? It's like I'm just not that focused on it.
I remember one of Tom Jones's is lint-free towels. I thought that was very practical. Well, if you've got a bit of stubble, you dry your face and you've got white fluff all over you.
So he needs a couple of washes before they're allowed in the dressing room.
More than likely, yeah. But
Having said that, Tom gets what he wants as far as I'm concerned. That man gets whatever he wants.
More from this trio a little bit later on now. Do partake of our amuse-bouche of relatively festive delicacies, millefeuille, Danish pastries, in your honour, savoury and sweet, and some Christmas-inspired brownies. Now, tuck in. It's all here. It's all fresh.